Okay, so we've started the recording, and this is Irish, and she will give a demo of her work that she's completed this summer for Sisters Google Summer of Code 2015. So Irish, I'll pass it over to you.
Can you see my slides?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. So this is Irish, and I'm going to be presenting my presentation on Mobile App Control Center. So here's an outline of some of the things I'm going to talk about. So first I'll do an introduction, talk about the project background and goals, go through some of the functionality in the demo, talk about some of my accomplishments, challenges, future development, and acknowledgements. So Sisters was my mentoring organization this year, and this year we worked with Peace Corps to develop software that's going to be used by Peace Corps volunteers on the field, particularly PCVs in malaria endemic regions in Africa. So here are some of the team members. This is me and my mentor, Nitu. We had AJ and Ishita who worked on the Peace Track portion of the Mobile App Control Center. We also had Daisy, who I worked with closely on functional testing, and Ankita and Bruno developed the mobile apps on Android and iOS. We also had Rose and Nikki help us out a lot. So this year I was responsible for continuing development of the Mobile App Control Center. So what Mobile App Control Center is software that provides server-side support to malaria prevention mobile apps that PCVs in Africa will be using to help mitigate malaria. So Mobile App Control Center works by using a REST API to communicate malaria prevention messages to PCVs on the field. These messages or posts are stored in a backend database, and Peace Corps headquarters can create, edit, and delete these posts. The Android and iOS apps that Ankita and Bruno developed make calls to the REST API in order to retrieve and display posts that come from Peace Corps HQ. So these are just some of the tools and technology that I used. I developed on the full stack, and I also got to learn Django REST API, which was new for me, so that was really cool to learn. So the goals for this year was to continue developing the Mobile App Control Center. And another large goal was to develop and establish communication between the Mobile App Control Center and the Android and iOS apps. So for the overview of the functionality, I'm going to skip this because I'm going to be covering this in my demo. For accomplishments, I was able to work with Bruno and Ankita on establishing communication between the Mobile App Control Center and the Android and iOS apps. So here's a screenshot of the malaria prevention mobile app, pulling info from the Mobile App Control Center. And this is another screenshot of the iOS app pulling information from the Mobile App Control Center. And some of my other accomplishments include refactoring code to provide better separation of concerns, more cohesion, less coupling, and better modularity. I also fixed a bunch of bugs from last year. And I also improved the user interface by using Bootstrap, which provided responsive components. I also wrote a bunch of unit tests for the REST API and the business logic code, so those are missing from last year. For challenges, some of the challenges for the project was getting timely feedback and suggestions from Peace Corps. I'm still waiting for more information on what the content of each Info Hub post should be. So in terms of future development, I'd like to get feedback from Peace Corps and add any additional functionality if required. And the existing code base could still use additional improvement, and more tests need to be written. Also, there's a bunch of new issues that I posted on GitHub that we'll need help on. So that's about it for the presentation. I'm going to do a
Iris, are you still there? Iris? Iris, you may have muted yourself. Are you still there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
I think I lost you.
Yeah, that's okay.
What part did I leave off at?
You were getting ready to do your demo, and don't
Okay.
worry, I'm going to edit all of the videos on Saturday so that we'll cut, because they had a lot of people with, internet connectivity problems and power outages and things like that. So don't worry, I'll cut this piece out.
Can I start the demo again? Or did you get the whole presentation?
I got the whole presentation, and then you were getting ready to start the demo, but I didn't see the demo. That's when you cut out.
Okay.
Okay, great. You present so well.
Yeah, I have like a script written out, so I know what I'm going to say.
Well, that's good. That's actually very, very good. That's a great, that's a great tip for next year. That's a great tip.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I'm just going to do the demo. I'm going to start the demo from the beginning.
Okay.
Are you recording it now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. So this is the list of InfoHub posts. There's a one-to-one correspondence between the posts and the InfoHub buttons that you would see in the mobile applications. So now I'm going to quickly show how to create a new post. You can create a new post by clicking on the new post button. And here we can add a title and a description. So one of the new things that I added this year was input validation, so that the user is not allowed to enter certain special characters or enter in blank fields. So if we go ahead and enter special characters or leave any fields blank and we click on submit, we'll get error messages. So here it says this field is required, and here it says enter a valid value. So let's go ahead and create a new post. And then click on submit. So that created a post called test. And the user can also edit the post by clicking on Edit. And they can also delete the post by clicking on Delete. One of the features I revised was the revision history. So if we go back to the old version of Mobile App Control Center from last year, this was the application from last year. And if we scroll down to the revision history, we can see that this is very difficult to read and it's very hard to understand. If we go back to the new version, and if we scroll down to the revision history, I organized a lot of the information in a table, and the table has columns that specify who the author is, the date the post was updated, and what the title and the description was changed to. So clearly this is a lot easier to understand compared to this old version here. The last thing that I want to show are the Bootstrap responsive components that I used. So if we go back to the old version from last year, if you were to try to make the window smaller.
Your screen just went black.
Oh,
Okay, it's back. Oh, it's gone again. Oh, there it is.
oh, it disappears when I try to resize the window. So I don't think I'll be able to show this part, but can I just...
Are you sharing your browser or are you sharing your screen? You might just need to share your screen, your whole entire desktop, and then I think it should be fine.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, so it's really small though.
Okay. I'll show this part anyway.
Okay.
So one of the things that I added was the Bootstrap responsive components. So if we go back to the old version from last year, this is the version from last year. If we resize the window to make it smaller, things don't display properly if you make the window smaller. So here the logo isn't displaying properly, and here the title is down here. And then if we resize it even smaller, we can't see the buttons anymore. So one of the things I added this year was the Bootstrap responsive components. So now this is the new version. If you try to make the screen smaller, everything still displays properly. So here the title disappears because now it's too wide to fit on the page. And if you make it even smaller, we could still click on these buttons. So yeah, so we're able to use the application on smaller screens and also on larger screens, and things still display properly. And I think that's all I wanted to show. A lot of my other coding tasks were fixing a lot of bugs, and I wrote a bunch of tests for the REST API and the business logic code.
Nice. Very nice. It looks a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner. I like the UI. Very streamlined. Very nice. Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. So is there anything that stuck out to you about this year versus last year?
I think this year it was a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Just managing my time.
Okay, good.
And it was really enjoyable working with the mobile developers and the testers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. They're and when you have a web application that needs to communicate with mobile applications, that's always such a, I guess, mute point sometimes, just because there's so many personalities involved. But I
Mhm.
think the students are just fabulous, and they're really engaged. And I'm glad you all got a chance to work together. I think, did you get a chance to work with Daisy as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I got a chance to communicate with Daisy and Ankita and Bruno, and they were really great to work with.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those are some great teams. So,
Yeah.
um, well, great. Iris, you did another great job, another great year. I'm just gonna wrap up things and tell you about three administrative tasks that you need to do.
Okay.
Number one, the evaluation is open tomorrow, 1900 hours UTC time, and you have until the week next Friday to complete them. Now, what I would suggest, and I suggest this to everybody, is that you go ahead on, over the weekend or Monday, at least have your evaluation in. You can have up until next Friday to make any changes if you want. We will start sending out reminders on Tuesdays, and then Google will start sending out their reminders probably on Wednesday as well. So make sure that you get your student evaluation submitted, and we will make sure that all the mentors get theirs submitted as well, because those two must be complete so that you can get your payment on time.
Okay.
Okay, and number two is tomorrow is firm pencil down. So hopefully you've gotten all of your code submitted and to your repo,
Hmm.
and submitted a PR to your mentors, and they've reviewed it. And then they'll just give me an okay, everything looks good. And then we'll go from there, and we'll put I'll make sure that they get their evaluations in. You've done your code sample last year before, so think about what you're going to put this time. Maybe it was a bug. A lot of the UI, maybe it was this bootstrap that you want to actually submit. So think about what code sample that you're going to submit, because I think that opens tomorrow too. You'll see it on Melange if it's available, and then that way you can get everything done. We would appreciate any documentations or anything like that, testing. If you can also write, we're going to do Google Code In this year, and we
Hmm.
would love it if you would participate as a mentor. These are for 13 to 17-year-old youth, and we are going to focus on young girls around the world. So it'd be great for them to see other women in this role and give them a sense of ease participating. So hopefully you can participate there, but it'd be great if you can do write some tasks. And remember, the tasks are for novice, intermediate, and advanced. Um, and these are young girls who may not have ever, coded before, but then you may have some seniors or high schoolers that have coded and program in different languages, so they might be a little bit more advanced. And it could be just as simple, and we're going to offer, Google Code In is different because this one offers, we're going to have tasks for documentation, testing, and then coding. So think about that. And I noticed that you're coming to Grace Hopper this year. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's fabulous. We have Open Source Day on the very first day, and I really would love if you would participate as one of the project leads, and maybe, working on this particular application. With Open Source Day, it's from 10 to 5. I think it's 10 to 5. We'll have our own space. We'll have our own, you'll be managing, I don't know how many, 4 or 5 at a time. But then you'll encourage your participants to present at the end. It could be just as simple as changing a label and getting it committed to GitHub.
Hmm.
could be very simple like that, because sometimes some of our participants have never coded before, but then there are some that are very advanced as well. So let me know if you're interested, because I think a lot of the other sisters are participating. I think both Annas are going to participate as well. So it would be great to have you in there leading this effort as well. But we also have a sisters lunch on that Friday, and we would love for you to make sure that you let me know if you want to come, so that way we can acknowledge you and recognize you during the lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just really excited to finally meet you. And I'm excited that you get to come to Grace Hopper. So are you coming with your school?
Yeah. There's about 14 of us coming from my school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Are they in master's program too?
Graduate students, so
Okay.
masters and PhDs.
Wow, nice. Are you presenting? Are you presenting a poster? Are you speaking?
I'm presenting a poster.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
see you on the first night then, because you'll be
Mm-hmm.
ready for so you'll be close to where all the ABI, if I can remember correctly. So we'll have a career fair, and then we'll also have a community fair. So we'll come root for you. What's your poster title?
It's called Kolmogorov of Complexity Kernels in Bioinformatics.
Okay, make sure you send that to me, and then we'll
Okay.
put it out. So we want to support you. We'll make sure everyone
Okay.
comes by and see your work.
Do you know any other sisters that are coming?
Oh yeah.
Is Nikki coming?
Nikki's gonna come. Anna
Okay.
Kutillas is be there. Anna Balika will be there. Alma will be there. Oh gosh, just a whole slew of Carol will be there. I don't know if you know Carol. She's on the portal and VMS.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah. So she'll be there. A whole bunch of us will be there. We're always,
Okay.
yeah. So you won't be alone. It'll be in sisterhood for real. So yeah, we have a lot of sisters coming. So we're really excited. This is a one time of the year that we can get, sisters around the globe can really see face to face. You know what I mean? It's our time. So you will never be alone. Okay, and we look forward to meeting all of your other female students at your school. So
Yeah.
make sure you stop by. We'll have a sisters booth, and I might have something else for you too. Maybe you do an office hours or something. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Irish. You did a fabulous job. I love the new layout. I really do. It's so much cleaner and so much more functional. So thank you for that. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I will see you in October.
Yeah, I'll see you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you take care.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.